Okay, hello everyone. I am here with the next week's workout. It's a bit late than normal, but here we are again after a busy weekend with the workout for tomorrow. Starting with front squat 21s. So 21s are because you're going to be doing 7 partial reps, 7 in the bottom half, 7 in the top half, and then 7 full range squats. The purpose of doing this is to really focus on the full range of a squat and to try and develop your depth, so people who don't quite have the depth can really focus on trying to get a little bit further than normal, and then the people who do have the depth can really just focus on recruiting the muscles in those bottom positions and then working past the sticking point, going from bottom to the top half, where people generally get stuck either at the bottom or in the middle when they're doing a heavy squat. And this is a good way to kind of learn how to keep muscle recruitment going through all of those ranges because you're focusing so specifically on them. You generally do it with a little bit lighter weight just because you are going to do so many reps. Like, it turns out to be 21 movements in total, so it can be quite taxing. So you're definitely not going to be using a max squat weight that you would typically use. You're going to choose something like maybe 50% at the most just to be able to sustain the full 21 reps. Next is going to be basically a bench fly mixed with a kind of incline pullover into a tricep dip behind your head. So you're getting to hit your triceps at the top with the dip, but you're also getting the chest, the upper chest with the pullover section, and then a little bit lower in the chest with the fly, as well as linking onto the bench with your legs. Allows you to use some of your core. So this is kind of a full upper body movement, like basically everything from the hips up. Not so much on the lower half other than whatever you're engaging to hold on to the bench. But it's kind of a cool compound movement that I was thinking of, and I liked the way that it felt. This one is just going to be deadlifts with a pause in the middle. So every time the pause ends right in the middle, when you go to the floor, you go right back up to that pause. And then when you go up to the top, you go right back down, right to the knees. You're going to hold it right there for anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds each. And you're going to be really focused on staying engaged with everything for the entire duration of this lift. So you're basically working at holding that weight for the whole time. So it can be like up to a minute of holding a lot of weight in your hands. And that's good for just learning how to sustain effort through a lift. Because when you get to some more challenging lifts, a lot of people tend to kind of fold under pressure, whereas this can help you learn how to push through past that point, like stay engaged, stay focused on getting the lift to completion. It's just going to, teach you how to operate under pressure. This next one is banded marches with a suitcase kettlebell. So a suitcase, because it's on the one side, it creates like a contralateral activation, especially when you're on this foot here and that one comes up. I put this band around my feet for a little extra emphasis. That's not necessary. It gives you a little bit more hip flexor activity, but isn't necessarily required. Like, just the suitcase kettlebell would be enough to do marches with, and is really a core and stability exercise more than anything, which is good for a lot of the core and stability stuff we do. I'm trying to get people ready to be able to potentially lift heavier weights and push their limits. So and I mean, that's why I do the bands on my feet, because I want a little bit more just to be able to stay sharp. And that's going to be that one. And then this next one is what I'm just going to call Raise Your Sword. It was a cool exercise that I thought of, basically a mix between a bicep curl and a front raise at the same time. So you're kind of hitting that front delt as well as getting a decent bicep work. Notes for this: using smaller plates just so they don't hit you in the head. So I'm using the small 25-pound plate for the weight for this, so the big plates aren't hitting me on the top of the head when it comes all the way down. And then also watching my toes, because where that bar, if you don't control it on the way down, if that bar comes down on top of your toe, it's going to hurt. So that's a thing. You want to make sure you can do this movement with control the whole time. We don't want to get too risky. You could even do this with one arm if you're strong enough, but that's maybe a challenge for another day. And let's see, is that all the exercises? I think it was. Yeah, that's it. So that's the workout for tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing you guys, and we will see you there.